Good afternoon, everybody. I am sharing some of my lectures uh, which I have already demonstrated before all through my Zoom meeting on 30th May 2020 as well as 31st May 2020. First one on Saturday from 11 to 11:30 and Sunday 11 to 11:30 am, both on same time, on encryption and LEA roles. I have already described the details of encryption, the fundamentals of utility of encryptions, as well as the LEA and encryption, where encryption is a subset of working area or working domain of law enforcement agencies, as well as the benefits of encryptions. Later I have demonstrated encryption challenges for LEA, some benefits of encryptions, and benefits of encryption in different industries just like healthcare and others. But later I have focused on the issues where the encryption goes wrong for the law enforcement, the areas and the vulnerability of encryption, General Data Protection Regulation or GDPR issues, where the cyber criminals use GDPR as leverage to extort companies, then law enforcement agencies' goal and different techniques used by law enforcement and some case studies. These were the complete scenario of both days. First of all, today I will demonstrate 15 minutes of my presentation on encryption issues. It has been already described, it has been already demonstrated before my students and some of my colleagues and seniors of law enforcement agencies and my fellow friends attached with Internet Society Kolkata chapter. Let's explain something on encryption. We can define roughly encryption is the process of converting the information or data into a code, especially to prevent unauthorized access. This is called as encryption. And we know also encryption is the process of using an algorithm to transfer information to make it unreadable for unauthorized users. This cryptographic method protects sensitive data such as credit card numbers by encoding and transforming information into unreadable cyber code. Now, for each and every democratic nation, there is some interest to encourage the use of strong encryption, because we know to make the data more secure and to keep protected from unauthorized access, we use encryption. The crux of the problem is whether to restrict instant messaging and full disk encryption that does not allow for recovery of unencrypted data without the consent of the user. Though there are some fast growing market sectors, and decision by a few companies will have a profound effect on type and prevalence of encrypted communications. Now, we can give some idea on the benefits of encryption. Why we are using encryption? We know that technology has made it incredibly easy to create data, but also easy for the data to be hijacked. Encryption protects data at rest when stored on hard drives, cell phones or in the cloud, and it can also protect data in transit as it moves from one device to another. It has been explained, the president of digital forensic company of Tetra Defense, Mr. Cindy Murphy, and it has been already mentioned by her that in this situation encryption acts to protect the data, including personally identifying information, health information and financial information from being improperly used if intercepted. Now, I can give some more benefits of encryption in different countries, whether the country may be developed or developing countries. Government policy on e-commerce is very much clear, especially in India and in some other countries where we are giving importance to encryption for e-commerce sites and e-commerce sectors, because encryption can be used to provide a variety of security services for commercial transactions. Principally, they are integrating authentication and confidentiality. We know integrity services can guarantee that data has not been accidentally or deliberately corrupted, and authentication guarantees that the originator or recipient of material is the person they claim to be. Finally, confidentiality ensures that the data can be read by anyone other than the intended recipient. For these three reasons, all the services are important to overcome the lack of trust felt by many people in the security of information sent over the internet, and encryption can be used by business, for example, to guarantee whether that the contracts have not been improperly altered or have not been signed by authorized personnel, that funds are transferred securely by replacing information like credit card details or account number in such a way that they can be used fraudulently, and finally, that market sensitive information flowing between different parts of an organization can be accessed by anyone other than those who are entitled to see it. These are the benefits of encryption, and technology has made it incredibly easy to create data, but also easy for the data to be hijacked. Encryption protects data at rest when stored on hard drives, cell phones or in the cloud, and it can also be protect data in transit as it moves from one device to another. So, benefits of encryption we can mention, it can be mentioned that in healthcare industries there is a growing cybersecurity war on the healthcare industry, and the finance and energy sectors are always popular with bad actors. However, just as IoT devices can compromise homes, industrial IoT devices have increased the risks of cyber attacks, especially in the manufacturing industry as well as in other sectors, financial sectors. And since it's maybe our own data, it's our right, legitimate right to privacy, maybe or may not be, but encryption is beneficial to users as it can pose serious problems for law enforcement in other way. It will be discussed later. So, we can use a familiar use of encryption in the home. How? Say, one familiar commercial use of encryption is to prevent free reception of satellite TV. Without advanced encryption devices, programmers delivered into home could be viewed by anyone. Encryption allows only the person who has paid to view the program to watch them. The technology also made it virtually impossible to tamper with a decoder to extract and copy the key which is supplied over the air. We know, just like example Dish TV and others, they are using the same technology. Now, benefits of encryption will give some challenges for law enforcement. So, what are the sectors and where it lies? We can see that while encryption is growing rapidly, the share of traffic that is both of interest to law enforcement and unrecoverable is still relatively small. Most companies use encryption that allows law enforcement agencies to recover plain text data, just like most email. If it uses encryption, it also allows for recovery. Currently, more than 20% of global communication traffic is end-to-end encrypted, and more than 25% of communications traffic will be end-to-end encryption by 2020. And about 50% of all mobile devices in the United States have full disk encryption. This is the scenario. And now we can check for iOS and Android device too. Next, we can go ahead for more areas of vulnerability for law enforcement. Where it lies, just like some countries have concern about encryption and many favor restrictions, including democratic countries like India, Brazil, France and the United Kingdom. China and Russia already use a range of techniques to ensure that they maintain access to data and communications. While a majority of countries would favor some kinds of restriction on access to unrecoverable encryption, there is no global consensus, and the likely outcome is a hodgepodge of national policies. According to Federal Bureau of Investigation, the expression "growing dark" refers to digital communication that can be monitored because of strong encryption. Mobile apps that use end-to-end encryption E2EE are designed to protect data at rest and in motion and keep the end user's text message, emails and video chats private and secure. This situation poses two specific sets of challenges for government agencies. One, for communication area, where phone calls, emails and live chat sessions done through encrypted platform prevent the interception of data in motion. In this case, the content of the message also being encrypted. Secondly, encrypted device prevent the access to data at rest too, like a smartphone, specially stored in smartphone. There are some other challenges for LEA also. These are the area where we can use manual encryption has already been an option in some area, and anyone can write in a code to conceal what they are saying and share that code with someone else if desired. It has been used, it has been treated since very primitive ages, where there is no such technologies right now, but still it is a scenario where we can use the area of vulnerability. We can search for the scope of enhancement of law enforcement agencies' own security mechanism. Let's focus the area. Next slide. I am focusing the area where the encryption goes wrong. Because the encryption is problematic, encryption is one of the most common technique companies use to ensure confidentiality. But if I am giving an example, the real example where Gerald Cotton, the CEO of Quadriga CX, who is used to be Canada's largest cryptocurrency agencies, he got a lot of holds of lot of cryptocurrency, but suddenly he died. What happened? He was only 30 years old at the time of his died. Sudden demise of that person. What happened? That already $190 million amount of Bitcoin owed to investor was lost due to encryption. It could not be retrieved anywhere else, and the investors already lost this big amount of money due to encryption issues. This is an example where the encryption sometimes goes wrong, and where the encryption goes wrong for law enforcement agencies will come to our next slide, where we understand that keeping anyone's data private is a good idea until it's not, when a tug of war who has the right to decrypt data. This is a scenario. Another problem is that there is some particular perspective and goals between the various parties, and government agencies are not interested on the average citizen's private data itself, but they are simply driven and focused on solving crimes, tackling national security threats and keeping their communities safe. And that makes sense. For example, did you know that if you park next to a fire hydrant and there happens to be a fire in that immediate area, there is a good chance the firefighters may run the hose across your car, which could cause significant damage. But your car is not their concern, and what will happen? The firefighters are focused on containing the fire. Similarly, if you see a child is locked inside a hot car, you don't think second time, but you will break the window to save that car without taking the owner's vehicle permission or owner's permission. By the same way, law enforcement agencies tend to view decrypting data so that they can retrieve it to prevent any big cybercrime or any other crime going to take place or already took place. The next slide will give you some more details, more challenging areas where we see that encryption frequently blocks law enforcement at both local and national level from accessing data that could be useful in their investigations on even prevent potential crime from occurring. Therefore, the controversy actually creates lose scenario. Lost, it can be lose to lose for law enforcement, where trying to balance individual privacy and collective safety. These are the area. And another issue I will focus in my next slide, that is called as GDPR. You know the full form of GDPR is General Data Protection Regulation, and all my friends who are attending my lectures, some of friends from specifically legal sides, they are very much familiar with this, where any person can use it for his or her own safety, and private message between consumer often contain highly sensitive personal information, which is designated sensitive data by regulation, and it is called as GDPR. But cyber criminals use GDPR as leverage to extort companies. For example, we are using iPhone. Some of the latest iPhones already protected through GDPR, which cannot be accessed by the latest digital forensic or cell forensic software to retrieve data, that encrypted data. It is a big challenge for law enforcement agency. Now I am going for the goals for law enforcement. In my next slide, LEA goals. LEA goals, what is the LEA goals? LEA goals, there are 4 goals for law enforcement agency, which can be categorized as backdoor, brute force attack, decryption through quantum computing, and traffic analysis. In my next presentation, I will focus each and every technology with some example of a case study and a survey, which will give us more enlightened area where we can discuss, we can get more knowledge on the issues or challenging issues, the scope where the law enforcement agencies have to do much, and a big concern, there are a lot of concerns on that area, particular area, and the vulnerability too. The most of the issues will be discussed in my next presentation, and the technicalities will also be focused, and I am concluding my first presentation. I am going for the next one for my next slide.